6's Isaiah Carey is live now in the town of Lafitte, which is south of New Orleans. Isaiah.
Absolutely, Don. Where there is a lot of nervous cautiousness here for the residents. They are very familiar with hurricanes coming into their area. We spent 2 hours here today when we arrived going to local stores and talking to individuals about the potential of Issac hitting this area, and they are very nervous about that. Some residents say they've lived here for 50 years and they've seen a lot of hurricane damage as a result of Ike, Rita, Katrina, and they say they've simply had enough. Right now we have with us the mayor of Lafitte, and it's Tim Kerner. How concerned are you about this system that could soon be approaching your area?
I'm very concerned, and I'm advising everybody to leave because I just heard on the news that it could be between a 6 and 12 foot tidal surge, and we in trouble at 6. And the only places that we possibly could help at that 6 feet is probably around Goose Fire, right where we're standing, and it's going to be touch and go. 6 to 12, they have 6 feet of water in Town Hall if you get 12 feet. So it's very dangerous, and I'm just asking everybody to leave, and we're going to do the best we can, and hopefully we'll deal with the 5.5, 6 foot, and we'll be able to help.
What do you do for the people who can't afford to evacuate? We saw a lot of that during Katrina, people who simply don't have a way out. How are you prepared for those individuals?
Well, the parish opened up a shelter, and also we have transportation to get them there.
Now, your crews have been working out throughout the day. Mike, if we can show some of the sandbags that they have been putting down in this area. One of the major concerns for the residents in this area is the school, Mayor. Can you tell us a little bit about that? We have this barricade set up so that the water won't get to the school as well as homes around here.
Right. Well, this is the oldest part of town, and also we have the government buildings, we have the schools, and we also have the churches. So, during Tropical Storm Lee, we had a lot of high water at the very end of the storm when the water started circling and coming around in this area. So we're prepared now, and we're going to try to stop it like we did during Tropical Storm.
Now, Lafitte is a very small town. About 2,000 people live here, 6 square miles. Do you have what you need to pull this off and to get these people out of here?
Well, we do. Yeah, Lafitte's a small town, but I'm also the president of the levee board, and we have Lafitte, Barrytown, and Crown Point, which has 10,000 people. So, I mean, it's not a small area when you're trying to fight and protect these areas. Yeah, we do have the transportation to get them out. We have a shelter to bring them to. We're going to work around the clock until the hurricane actually hits to try to be ready in case it takes a little turn to the east, and the tide doesn't come up as much as it says it's going to, and we're going to try to protect the school and some of the houses.
And real quick, we heard from the president that FEMA would be proactive, his emergency response from the federal government. Have you heard from any of those agencies as of yet?
No, and let me tell you something. I hope the governor's office helps us. I hope our delegation helps us. In the parish, I've lost all faith in the Corp of Engineers. They've promised us, from 1991, they promised us Section 205 projects, which is a continuing authority program for low ring levees, and then we went through the preliminary plans, the reconnaissance plans, feasibility plans, the cost benefits, and then when it came down to implementation, Katrina hit. They said they wasn't doing any more tidal levee protection, and then they promised us Donaldsonville of the Gulf, which is a levee system from Lafourche Parish to Plaquemine Parish, and that was done by Colonel Lee, and while they were doing the largest pump station in the world right north of us, and all the work on Eastern Harvey, in the west of Harvey Canal, that we were going to protest, and they said, look, you're going to be in 100-year protection, so we backed off, and the minute they finished the project, they told us we wasn't going to be in Donaldsonville of the Gulf anymore, and they were going to do away with the project. So what I'm saying is, force for the Corps of Engineers, no use for them. They don't have any feelings for this area. They found $1.4 billion for the west side of Plaquemine Parish just recently. They spent over $1 billion on the West Bank of Jefferson Parish, all having a negative effect on us. They're getting ready to issue a permit for sediment diversion at Myrtle Grove, negative effect on Barrytown, Lafitte, and Crown Point. So, I mean, in some other places, you go to jail for doing those kind of things.
I understand. This is Tim Kerner. He is a mayor of the town of Lafitte, and he has no confidence in the federal government and what kind of protection they can provide for this area. But once again, there is a mandatory evacuation for Lafitte and other parishes within the lower-lying part of Louisiana. And, of course, we will bring you coverage throughout the morning.